Pleased to meet you. This is Fixed and Folded, the knife review channel for the casual knife collector. I am Cody, and I am going to be reviewing the Cold Steel Lite full-size folding knife. So, I think Cold Steel took the design cues of the Benchmade bug out and made it into a full-size Cold Steel style knife. Now, Cold Steel has a really close competitor to the Benchmade bug out in the Cold Steel Verdict, which is very lightweight and in the same size class as the bug out. So if you want a direct Cold Steel competitor with spine lock, then Verdict is the one for you, although this guy was a little pricey. This was like $160 or something. If you want something more Cold Steelified, bigger, stouter, but still super lightweight in a bigger size than this is an option for you. As you can see, this is a proper full-size knife, where this is a medium. And you can see another full-size Benchmade readout, and you can see these have really similar proportions. You have G10 handle with no liner. You go with a really smooth spine lock mechanism on here, triad lock, and I just dropped it on my finger, which was stupid because I almost cut myself. So I recommend, let's see here, you can keep your finger really high up on this area and it will fall shut on the unsharpened area, but I just did it down too far and the blade actually shut on my finger, so don't do what I just did. But this is really smooth. This is like some Spyderco spine locks that can be quite smooth. So that's a nice, pleasant action on this. Fit and finish was very good. This came centered, or centered enough. It might be 0.5 millimeter off, but really decently centered from the box. You've got your offset thumb stud, which I believe it does have a screw slat, so this is potentially adjustable if you want to go lefty. I think you can still open it. Yeah, it's easier to use the side where it's poking out, so at any rate, does have this offset thumb stud. The texture is comfortable. This is smooth G10, like it's a fine pattern. It does have a pattern, but it's not abrasive. When this came, I found the edges of the inside to be sharp, and that was remedied easily by just some sandpaper in the inside here, and now it's perfectly comfortable. Pocket clip is almost a deep carry. You're going to get this much. You're going to get this much poking out of your pocket. Hand comfort is excellent. This is one of the most comfortable pocket clips in hand that I've handled. It's absolutely terrific for hand comfort. Zero hot spots, feels great. The weight is very light. Not extremely light, but for a full-size knife, very light. There was no flex in the handle, even though this is just slabs of G10 that aren't reinforced. They're pretty thick, and yet still light. Excellent for pocket carry, really slim. Easy one-hand deployment. If you're going to be taking your chances, you can one-hand close it. I'd probably recommend for safety that you two-hand close it. This is a medium to medium high saber grind. Blade stock thickness is thick for a full-size knife. This looks like a satin blade. It's shiny. My issue with the knife is this jimping is aggressive. I don't feel like it needs to be this aggressive. It's very effective at stopping your thumb from moving, but it almost feels sharp. And so I wish that Cold Steel made this a little bit less aggressive, made these points wider. The blade will slice, it will pierce, but it's meant to be more lean towards durability for medium to heavy use than it is for outright slicing performance. That being said, it does slice well and it does pierce well. The blade at this point tapers to a thin point. So it's kind of a funny blend of lightness, slimness, and then stoutness with your triad lock and your thick blade. It's kind of weird. It's like do one or the other. Go thicker and have the thick blade and the triad lock, or go thinner and then have a thinner blade. But they did their own thing, and it does feel secure in hand. You can see there's space behind my extra large hand here. So hand comfort is very good. You do feel like you get a secure grip, even though this is a thin handle because it's a little bit deep, and just with the indent for the finger, you do get a secure grip. Overall, and the price, I think they dropped the price. I feel like when I bought this, it was like $160 or something. On Blades Canada, this is $105. Now for OS 10, that's a good price. OS 10A is apparently a little bit more edge retention than OS 8. Testing varies on YouTube. Some people, like Cedric and Ada, says this cuts twice as many ropes as the OS 8, but then Cold Steel itself says, I think Lynn Thompson says that OS 10 is 20% more edge retention than OS 8, so marginally better. I've had no issues with OS 10 so far for just daily use. It doesn't seem to go dull super quick. I do prefer OS 10A over OS 8. But also, if you don't mind sharpening your knives, OS 8 for EDC carry around town, perfectly fine, really. OS 8 sharpens really easy, takes an edge really quick, but the edge does not last that long, but you get good toughness. OS 10, similar qualities, except you get a bit more edge retention. So overall, really good knife. I have to dock a little bit of points because I'm not a big fan of this aggressive, almost sharp jimping on here. So I take this down from an A to a B plus. I'll give this overall, but then the price is really good right now. I'll give this a B plus. Yeah, definitely if you can handle one in the store, check out the Cold Steel Lite. Yeah, pretty good knife. Okay, well, have a great day and talk to you soon. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment. And yeah, peace.